Hi guys, and welcome back to another review here on the channel. This is your NXT review, and this is your NXT review for this week, and a lot of the usual sort of updates you would expect to be outraged, but I b- but heel promo have come out the wood uh, yet again. Now I'll get into the Billy Monroe promo as we go through this review. Um, I'll say that Um, I'll say that I thought it was excellent, and she's doing her job brilliantly well. Except, just so I had to know for all problem of the content, and but but back to the but back to the Um, but I to the main review before we get to that. I actually thought this show. I actually thought this show was really good. The in-ring is a lot better than what it was last week. All the matches I thought, um, all the matches I thought delivered, and some, um, and yeah, well, let's get into it. So we start off, so we start off this episode with JC Jane giving Jasmine some arch, um, arching on us, and basically, and and basically, Jace, Jane says to Jasmine, you're the bad day, will go and put it over, go and eat Jade apart, or, sort of thing. So, like, to start us off, we get a good, in-ring match between the two. Jasmine looked really good here in this match. She hit a very this looking drop kick. She actually went for an Indian death walk type submission a couple of times during the match. Really, it will help us before Jada gets her into the corner. The other corner, us Ash can pull it with high step and then hit someone with Jade to eat. Now, I don't have any problems with the inner and action at all. Here, I mean, decent paced open or perfectly serviceable for a equally televised show. It sets Jada Parker as momentum up and watch. I think she'll be in the championship picture conversation pretty soon. And yeah, as for Jasmine, you can kinda see you can kinda see the spirit and the ascension within faith influences for Al and JC give Jasmine and Nick's kinda the third degree over losing in the match. In the back, um, in the back, however, you, you see Javon Evans trying to on the court with high rise. He basically said to him or you guys asked oh and your boy is getting his ass handed to him by the Undertaker while he was in that ridiculous outfit so to speak. Obviously I realised didn't take too kindly to that as we'll see as oh as we'll discuss sorry in a minute. Um so then Yvonne gives um killed the accent and you're a icon or some encouragement and Andre Chase returns the favour and said to he said to Yvonne he said to Yvonne you're going to be a great champion one day your time will come so out he so out he comes so out he comes for his Romo and you think and his intention is to call out over a Femi for an NXT championship shot as obviously Undertaker adorned him um adorned him and endorsed him as the biggest organ in the yard a couple of months back and he gave Javon he gave Javon Evans and Stirrup options to go after the biggest organ in the yard. Obviously, obviously, Obed has come out and it's a silver trick with Williams that comes out and he basically asked Javon what are you mentioning man to the higher eyes I'm holding down brands here I'm carrying to I'm carrying two organizations on my back. Cherokee belts is here. It's they I went on with the I went on one with the I'll take her and he basically says to Javon what you doing and Von basically he said he was given an extra option to go after the biggest dog in the yard over Femi, but wasn't I wasn't referring to you, I was referring to over Femi, so Mo over doesn't come out instead Javon. instead Javon it's all three both a high rise. So yeah, so he gets on them. I and he yeah, so he gets on them. I can he asks and he asks and he says sorry to the driver on I don't think you're ready um for an NXT title shot as of yet or a TNA title. I shot you're not championship material yet. That's far away down the line from you. I'm the NXT. I'm the longest sorry, in an NXT North American champion. If anybody deserves a shot, it's me. Of course, Trevor takes exception to being around owned by all four. Or he tries to fight them off, but he gets the crap kicked out and then and then get it's on the I and he says he'll talk Eva and get uh, um Javon for the evening, and then in the back, the, then in the back you see you see Jackson and Connors with the wheelchairs, and they open the locker room to see Hank and Hank, and they kind of give the game away here on the else because they've all they seen they've Hank and Tank have already seen action and corners. Um, so anyway, just, so anyway, they still come Austin with if Jails and they go, will you want a title shot? And Hank and Tank said if you want a title shot, all you had to do was ask him sort of thing. And the two teams nearly come to the two teams nearly come to blows, but obviously that obviously Chase comes into the locker room and he says, what the hell were you guys doing? And obviously he's chasing on else said to be, you told the, and obviously Dixon and Connors said, well, you told us to go after the biggest organ in the yard, and that's what are doing, not what I said. I didn't actually say, I didn't actually say to you, there's chairs in the tag, on the tag champs, but since you want a match so bad, can these guys get tag match and it's set for next do because Hank and Tank agree. So yeah, um, so yeah, so we get so yeah, we get it done next match as obviously Evian Heights. It's obviously Evian Heights versus Charlie Dempsey, and Evian Heights gets the victory. He kind of leaves it, like Russell Evening or or catch around the UCC. And obviously, if Charlie and Heights remains, but it's a minute point because after on a good bit of after a good bit arc of the so like Avion Heights gets her Owen hits a bone her oh and then hits a and then hits a and then hits a and then hits a was line and hits another um and hits another super X type move and gets the victory. So even Heights is no longer a member of the NUCC. Had them for match of Heights and the MC shake hands, and that's Charlie Dempsey for and that's and that's Charlie Dempsey for or rating often do his own thing. It begs the question if our ancient will stay will stay within their ranks. A child with the MC as Dempsey go only become around is Dempsey gonna become around until one men or as in UCC gonna have new members also that they gonna compel it will like the expand after this that remains to be seen. It's a bit until yeah, because obviously you've got he was on and TV on Heights that have managed to depart the carrot and go off and do the singles competition where uh, Avion Heights has just embarked on that journey, but you know what in and obviously Mumbai was born dead to that about month ago. So we get to the most controversial segment of the evening. Now I don't have an issue with the as oh, I think it's due to the same idiotic and people getting hurt, hurt, hurt over a heel promo. It's nice that we've got a legitimate nasty and narcissistic heel and well, it can another oh and And so far, I would have to say they've got a presentation and characters on just before we get into the puddle. Obviously the entrance is amazing. They put a lot of time, effort, and money into her presentation, and I think well, it can, and they're, oh, is going to be treated like a huge star. I know lot of people that I speak on X who are concerned about um about how she could be handled because you know we were at WWE or like at times, but I think she's been handled relatively pretty good. In fact, so as all, so yeah, as always, Bill, Aiken and the role, aka Mariah, he always steals the show and like, etc. She's one of the best talkers and is Jerry at the moment, and to start off the her oh has a she has a job at Booker Eve or items in your moment as to do eek because if you didn't know it called it it called Power it it called Power it another on it come another she said she says my name's Power it but I don't know um don't let that happen again and I'll put you in a home head to go for a salad. And I thought that was, I thought that was a brilliant time to start us off. A bit of tongue in cheek though, because obviously Booker he had that howl to kick off NXT last week in Texas. But yeah, so as the promo goes on, so as the promo goes on, she talks about Jordan her race not being um, uh, in championship material, except, um, um, etc. She also said, oh, get Harlan and then keep, she obviously he showed them pictures of how Jordan used to and she said, and she says to Jordan, you've transformed yourself into the juggernaut, but honey, you are, um, b- but your gym membership material not. um, hot, cha- um, hot championship material, um, and obviously that other things that all of ice, and she said, and she says to another, oh, how can somebody so beautiful is uh, how can somebody so beautiful as be on go on um on uh, inside taking self his backstage and the performance and hard. I'm ever making idle moments with a bell. Ah, and then out comes Jada Parker, and she just sees and she just sees down the Icy's comments. She says, "I- "I'm I'm not taking selfies backstage with an performance and but I'm not focused on the idol focus on the viral it's my focus on championship gold and that's where the path forward. You so outcomes kill Andrew Jordan instantly to Jordan getting his music. So I'm interested to Jordan getting his music. I don't know if that was intentional or I get often there some yeah, but we'll see. Um, so yeah, yeah, so oh, any basically challenges another off or match, but that doesn't get confirmed for next week until we are on just before the main event, but yeah, interesting segment. Obviously, oh, and Ace holds off the and Bill. Each tries to go one for a hug on Jada, but Jada just obs her off. So as always, is obviously you see that and they're all has isolated herself from the rest of the female or room and the context to the in the context to the show. So yeah, that so yeah, that was an interesting segment. And the back though, um, and the back though with it, Lucy Tractable, Williams, and Hyla eyes actually come up if strategy and how to deal with if of on but I also said, um, but um, but Hyder has also said his trajectory is still always a favour, and Chirac actually he says it's already taking hero value is from my stroke is any champ to get you a type a tag type match against the hard is income some inum arewa and and shara that he's the director of operations and ENA and you won't have that title for a term long they won't get too comfortable with it. So obviously it's an as as appearing for his match back age then will be cut then will be cut to the back age area with the area see Tatum Parks away and as he aim have a discussion about who gets the next 10 of American title. And then it's North American title. Also, oh, obviously, um, obviously, take, obviously take Murray Atkins because she pinned, um, she pinned him area, and she should be no, and for a shot at Souls, championship. Obviously, obviously that's um obviously that goes up as he to say oh you've got to pin soul earn a title actually you pin area so therefore I should get the shot and then Sean Spears and Nick over hands coming the shot and Spears actually he says to Pat so I've got your title shot for next to each against them so I'm so uh, obviously you is overjoyed and she goes I knew my new family it it made own and as they and as he reluctantly he says congratulations cause she wants him a shot next she wants a shot next to she wants a shot next to each for the tag else obviously obviously I think there'll be a obviously I think there'll be a on as I think as he'll impact so out the out the in an obviously um an obviously will end up to old I've eaten Pat, so I'm still oh, eh, so it will set up a feud between Izzy and Pat, eh, so so it's all so it's all this guys will wait and see, so then you get so then we get to the show agent found Heno in match, and I felt that as a match is kinda um it's kind of but short, but obviously we know I as obviously Ash kinda tries to take out the to influence Easy Jane and obviously just as manipulative inside um but she gets attacked um from behind by Ayaja Axe, so she's returned to NXT and it gives him Fallon Henno. Yeah, but alright, and I do enjoy Fallon Henno. Yeah, I think she is got a real upside. Well, it's always nice to see it's always nice to see Fallon get a bit array, but it also sets up a program between Jackson and it could be Ash's own Ash um program before she gets called up to the main Ross. Oh, because you've seen it a couple of times in the past. The eventual after she goes head ahead to if I mean Ross are competitive, she could move up. As you've seen it with other you've seen it with other wrestlers. Um, so so that could be how she gets hold up after on that fifth after that but, it, because I don't think um um because as I don't think she'll get anywhere near the title because it's getting a bit because it's getting a bit congested. So yeah, maybe that's how she gets called up and so under the but so under the but you see Anamura you see Anamura and Josh or ex have a confrontation. Josh but ex said he's ruined offer or opportunities for Oberfemi how you and the two actually and the two actually have a confrontation but Channing starts home but Channing starts home Arenzo, um, Channing Staxel, Arenzo gets involved, and Channing Staxel, Arenzo gets involved in his families don't ask however, animal and attacks him, kind of awesome, kind of awesome sense. So we made kind of get a real life sort of a real life sort of thing as Ariana or race as Ariana give his checks up as Ariana or his checks up and acts and asks him if he's okay, and obviously into a segment. And so it's obvious that we're getting like uh, um, we're getting a Channing Staxel on it, and so and Mura and Mura that's next to each and obviously I'll be a pretty I'll be a pretty like and but I enjoyed the Ariana holidays the acts and her action it was very short, but if you don't know that you are in age so it was a nice so it's a nice to head on here and yeah, and just something and I forgot to mention during the Tatum Pack so yeah off obviously is with you seen you seen you seen or Sophie in or say the exact same thing as Channing's acts that family is don't ask or ever some maybe he tries to so maybe he tries to say Pat so eventually so yeah so all of that that's pretty good and you get the for the you get the on Evans so yeah match and the dance is very fast paced and high felt and starts off with a first somersault on from all he uh over the bro and takes him to perform a few moves to get back in. But some of the moves he doesn't actually to change them matches and cred. Uh, oh, he hits a couple. Oh, a couple. Then moves that I can't really discuss. ripe, but it did look amazing. And then he gets the and of the 5 star of logs. Ash, and in my opinion, that is up there as a sensational match and one of the best matches of the entire year for the company. Um, yes, so very, yes, so very good. So, so very good. Uh, and yeah, and Trevor on Evans. Uh, and Trevor on Evans. He's Oberfemi up in the sort of balcony about the performance and or you have icon almond curry so it's very mm, they're all trying to sort of unification a sort of unification arch and I think Vaughan Evans is only come out with of championships as he's getting pushed into the moon because obviously you saw the interaction he had with the Undertaker. So yeah, and that's an indication, but obviously, Alan, so yeah, we'll see. And then guys, a very impressive son, Murray. I can't really get the job on against Ethan Page, but he gave a good outing. He was obviously hitting some of his trademark his trademark maneuvers like the bull arm hook at us and the the Ivan headbutt obviously hits a and shot Rodos book on he he tries to go over the Cobra but Ethan Page pokes him in the eye and hits um and hits as the run and gets the win. And obviously you see Joe O'Henry's graphic pop up and you see this you see this various times throughout the episode. It's very obvious that they might have him up against Ethan Age for the North American Championship. And I for one that's match of the year candidate. So I'll kind of want to see Jovia versus Ethan. So you, so interesting developments, but you see, only D'Angelo what is on and he basically he says there's no need for anybody to call me on anymore, and obviously and obviously you see a and you see a shot also of over you see a shadow sort of come over him. A lot of people are saying a lot of people are saying it's also just or or why, but I actually I think it's over he just to actually say um just to actually say just to actually say snap out of it. You're the only guy to beat me on the loss. Oh, because is who he beat, and that bit who beat him for the North American Championship. So, so so maybe it's kind of a mental health sort of inspirational pick me up sort of thing, or only D'Angelo. Well, I don't think it's Adriana as well, she's actually mm, it's all so it's so in my opinion I think it's all that um to try and get of D'Angelo a pet hawk but we'll find out. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna get of this and I know a very good a very good oh a very good a very good show and I think people have to calm down about the whole about the whole about the whole about the whole eight another or segment and actually he thought it was very uh, or just as a or upper heel and it's kinda and it's kinda engine you know in a sense so that you can get behind it's kinda engineered so you can get behind Jordan. So yeah, that's what I think the segment has been shaped in the and it's got nothing to do with it's got nothing to do with the whole sort of um bullshit that people suggest. It, so yeah, kind of calm down, have some common sense, and maybe go and find them something else. Agents, but yeah, I know. And so yeah, guys, so email and kind of comment that you enjoy the show. Let me know. And I'll see you, Ericsson.